Well, boys, what a nasty little Friday we have here.
It's filthy. It's gross.
It's gotten stinkier than a fucking... You don't even want to know.
Absolutely sickening.
I don't think we've ever had an episode with me and Mr. Dan. So welcome back to another episode of Late Night with BadTastic, featuring your host, Eric Chesney, and...
I'm kind of like the Austin of the Backyardigans, Daniel. So
Dude.
Like, I'm kind of like that one person who's there kind of sometimes.
Did we discuss that? Did you see the trailers for the new Backyardigans?
There's new Backyardigans?
Yeah, they were doing like a remaster or something. Dude,
I don't even gotta see it. I know it's gotta get fucked up. It's gonna get fucked up.
They I thought, dude, they all look like, it's like gentrification. I don't know what else to say.
This is a children's show.
It's it's real, dude. I'll show you a couple photos. If anyone's listening to this though, you should 100% look up the new Backyardigans because it's fucking up what we had as children.
Are they like grown up and it's like their kids?
No, they're like weird, they're like smooth. They look really smooth. They look, I don't know, man. It ain't right.
As long as they didn't like really touch Pablo, like he was just kind of like.
Nah, you know Pablo's fucked. Who do we have?
That was my one nugget of hope I had left.
I'm not gonna lie, the name sounds so stereotypical now that it sounds almost wrong to say them out loud.
Pablo?
No, not that one.
Oh,
not that one.
I was like,
Pablo. I ain't gonna say it.
I know what you're talking about.
Bro, we have Evan literally twerking at crazy style.
Yo, you're charging up something else.
Hey, don't mind me. So, what has been the most insane thing to happen to you since the start of 2025?
I don't know. Probably sitting next to these little Google monsters over here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I start with you. I gotta think about this. Everything's this year's been going so fast. Like January's already gone.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Shit. Like
I had it was kind of funny. I got fucking jump scared at a restaurant. I went out with my family for my birthday, and my mom did one of those let the birthday boy order first, you know. Because I'm like, I don't ever go to a restaurant like, it's my birthday. Like, I don't really care that much.
No, fuck no. I didn't do that shit.
But my mom was just like, let the birthday. We were at this cool Mexican restaurant. Love this place. It's delicious. And it was like close to like the end of the meal. Mm-hmm. And I get like a tap on the shoulder and someone does like the big whistle. I can't whistle still, boys. I'm so sorry. And he just like whistles and
like
you just see like
the mouth, the finger and the mouth whistle. That shit, that's like ear piercing.
Yeah,
that's like
I got like tapped and that happens. 8 guys surround us. Someone's got one of the like glowing. I can't remember the name for the Mexican skulls, but it's like it looks like marshmallow.
Okay, that's bad.
And they all just start doing like a full on song and everything. And I was like, what the fuck? And they gave me like a free deep fried ice cream. It was pretty cool, but I got jump scared.
That's better than like Red Robin, Rainforest Cafe, like
Rainforest Cafe. That was a banger as a kid, though.
I actually just went there like a few weeks ago.
Does it hold up?
Well, I will say going there as an adult and being able to order alcoholic beverages is a completely different experience. Like
Alcohol at Rainforest Cafe.
It goes hard. I'm not gonna lie, it goes hard. It's super sugary. First time I did it, I got a pina colada and I'm lactose intolerant and that fucked me up. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. It was literally the one drink that had dairy in it. I was a fucking idiot.
I didn't know you were lactose. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
that's disappointing.
I don't tolerate shit. What can I say? It was cool, but like, I don't know, like it's.
No, why is this behind him? I was like, what are you laughing about? So we're getting Fortnited. That was a banger as a child, though. I was always just like, I want to go to Rainforest Cafe,
I've
baby.
had some birthday parties there, and what's crazy too is like
hold on, this camera just went goo. But yeah, I mean, Rainforest Cafe, absolute banger as a child.
What I'm saying is like, it's kind of crazy to think that like all the existing Rainforest Cafes in the world are like in major like locations like Disney World or Nashville, Tennessee, or
big cities.
Yeah, there's probably one in California somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just have one in Auburn Hills, Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, I actually didn't know it was like a national chain. I thought it was just like our special little deal,
No, I don't know. I think it's still a little special little deal just because of
Yeah, I mean, it's just because it's fucking random. It's not even like in Detroit.
It's seen better days, I will say. I don't think Tracy.
Isn't it in a mall?
Yeah.
It's in the rundown one, right?
Great Lakes Crossing isn't really.
Oh no, never mind. I'm thinking of the different one. Yeah, I like Great Lakes Crossing.
Great Lakes Crossing is pretty.
That's like one of the best ones because it's got like round one and shit.
Yeah, round one goes hard.
Second and Charles is like right next to it too. They got that nice bookstore.
They got rid of Street Fighter 2, and that kind of sucks.
Dude, yeah, they changed up some of the fighting cabinets because there was the one time me and Evan were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Evan literally just played Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for maybe 2 hours of our time there.
I remember I walked up and I was looking for Street Fighter 2, and I saw Street Fighter 3. I'm like, I'm like, oh, Street Fighter. Oh,
I haven't played enough of Street Fighter because I thought I heard that Street Fighter 3 Third Strike was the best one.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just like, it wasn't the thing that was gonna itch my scratch. You know what I mean? I mean, my scratch my itch.
That sounded so illegal in my head. I don't know. I like that.
Itch my scratch.
It's my bitch. I don't know. Oh shit. What was I about to say? Oh, when me and Evan went to round one, it was the funniest shit, man. Oh.
I'm sorry. I have ADHD. I can't keep looking at that.
I'm fucking distracted. Okay.
Bad.
Yeah. But me and Evan did one of those rail shooter horror ones, and it had the surround sound.
The 4D one. I know what you're talking about.
Did you do the zombie one too?
Fuck no, I don't do that shit. I'm too much of a pussy for that shit.
Well,
I do Luigi's Mansion. That's as scary as I get.
I want to play Luigi's Mansion, but me and Evan did that, and we're both just shooting up zombies, right? Mm-hmm. And there's one part where a zombie comes from above, and it literally blows like a fan. And a bunch of compressed air shoots down.
Yeah.
It's because a chainsaw came down. Evan actually went
Y'all were just screaming. Y'all thought you actually died right there. It said 4D experience. You thought you were dead. You thought a real chainsaw came down through that ceiling and sliced your heads off.
The way Evan screamed, man, it stuck with me for so long. Oh my god, it was the funniest jump I've ever seen.
Yo, what were those one rail shooters? They were in every arcade back in the 2010s. It was like Escape to this tropical island. There was a bunch of big spiders that were chasing after you and shit like that. Those games were everywhere, and I never see them anymore.
A lot of the rail shooters, I think, are just gone.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, arcades are kind of dying, which really sucks.
They're really hit or miss. You know what I think it is because they need to go back to quarters. I really think they need to bring back quarters are built up. That's an amazing use for it.
I think it should be both because more options is always better.
That's true.
I like the card swipe as well.
Yeah, honestly, I rock with that more.
Having both is always better.
Definitely better. Absolutely.
Because it is really convenient to just be able to swipe your card and you don't got to worry about being here's my quarters.
Yeah, 100%. It's just I've noticed arcade games. People don't give a fuck about arcade games now because it's just 2 seconds where you press one button and then something happens that you have no control over.
Yeah.
And there's no game there. There's no arcade game there. It's just a button that you pay to press.
Especially the ones, if it's one of those ones where you have to just do the timing or anything.
Yeah, and
it's still cool, but you're not about to spend all your time there.
Yeah, and I was trying to win claw game stuff for my girlfriend, and I could see it just not grabbing. I mean, everyone knows that shit's rigged and it just randomly does it. But motherfuckers just don't I think motherfuckers are not caring anymore. They just don't care.
I will say, last time I did a crane game, I had a great experience. It's a rare day if you see me in a Walmart. That's a scary sight. I was in this Walmart with my dad, and there was a little crane game, and I was like, "Who am I to not do this?" I had one single dollar bill on me, and I felt nifty.
Yeah, that was your lucky dollar right there.
I won. It pulled up this little weird Chinese takeout box thing, and I opened it up. It's the tiniest whoopee cushion you've ever seen. It was so cute, and it farted crazy style.
Like that? Was it I don't know how small,
maybe smaller than a baseball.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, the thing farted good. It farted good, man.
Did you prank anyone with it?
Yeah, I hit my dad with it right after getting it. I was like, you just farted.
Yeah.
You farted.
Got his ass.
I want to do it to a teacher in college. That sounds funny. Get fucked.
What if everyone immediately every single student just got up and just started beating you up?
Yeah,
Every stand up just
do it in my lecture hall. I have like one big lecture class with like probably around like a little over 200 kids.
Yeah.
Imagine 200 heads just turning towards you like, no. And then you just get your shit kicked in, and you're not having a great day anymore.
You're in Silent Hill at that point. That's just Silent Hill.
Did you end up getting to finish Silent Hill 2 remake? Because I know you were playing it on your brother's console.
Yeah, you stealing that back. And I'm not gonna lie, when I do have it, I'm playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Like I'm playing Baldur's Gate when
I don't blame you.
So honestly, like I just can't really.
I
wanted to. I really liked it. Like
yeah.
I'm saving up for a PS5, so getting there.
I'm also curious about Switch too. I don't know if it's going to be like an insta buy or anything for me, but I am excited for it to be real.
The mouse thing is interesting. Like I've seen
just like in the trailer.
Yeah, just like how the controllers work, because like I know that exists. Like I've seen that on other consoles like that aren't Nintendo. But I'm just wondering like what games Nintendo will make that will incorporate that. You know what I mean?
I think the same people that actually got the correct leak for the Switch 2, I think they had leaked a couple of the games, and there's supposed to be a Legend of Zelda remaster, Metroid Prime 4, and then a new Mario Kart, and then the one I'd be the most excited. Yeah, I think the Mario Kart's confirmed because that was in the trailer.
Yeah.
But the one that would be the most hype for me is a new 3D Mario. If we got a Mario Odyssey 2, dude.
Gosh. I need a new 3D Mario now.
Odyssey 2 would be so fire.
Wonder Wonder didn't really hit, in my opinion. It just...
I do love a good 3D Mario,
3D
though. That shit is so fun.
So
Odyssey
good.
was just like...
Odyssey
it brings you a childlike whimsicality.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it wasn't perfect, but it was just like Breath of the Wild. Like, it was a big step. It was a big step. It was a big...
The movement was fun.
Absolutely. Oh, the movement was fucking beautiful.
As long as the movement is fun, I think platformers are good.
Now, Breath of the Wild, though, like,
yeah,
it's cool seeing the Tears of the Kingdom, but I think it's ran its course. I think we should go back to the old Zelda games.
We need a couple old dungeons, well, I think, obviously it's still a leak, but I think this was supposed to be remastered, so more than likely it'd be like...
Speculate, what do you think they're going to remake?
Did they already do an HD one for Twilight Princess?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really good. I really liked that one. I'm not gonna lie, Twilight Princess is my favorite 3D Zelda game. So like,
I have not played through it.
It's best dungeons, best bosses, best items, best.
I love the mood of it.
Dungeons.
Okay. I know we have Ocarina of Time, kinda, but maybe they just kind of like restart and go remaster Ocarina of Time like full-fledged.
I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if they took the 3D remake for the 3DS and just ported that. Like, that game looked beautiful.
Well, I think they have it in like the I haven't played on my Switch in a minute, but the is it the online package?
Really?
Pretty sure it's in there. I'm not gonna lie, I got a piece so bad. We'll take a small pause. I can't focus. They don't like our commentary enough where they just start watching the background instead.
They have to choose what they would rather do.
I have a little bit of a hot take for the
Clap first.
Oh. I have a hot take for the priority Zelda remake. What I would like to see remade first, and that's Zelda 2.
I mean, I haven't played it. I don't know enough about it. I haven't played some of the OG ones.
I see it as the Dark Souls 2 of Zelda, where it's just different, but it's like a unique acquired taste, except there's a lot of fucking bullshit that's just stupidly difficult about it. That's like not even like a fair way, like type of difficult. But if they just take that out and just make it pretty in 3D, I think it could be a really solid game. Like, it's just a solid game. They all have solid fucking games if they just remake them all. Like, it's just an easy cash grab. They sit on...
Yeah, I mean, they know people will buy it. It's like a guaranteed sell.
Mario 64 2, make it co-op with Luigi, and you can do levels either together or separately. they
Do
just
something where
made
you
a
get to throw
bazillion
each other.
dollars. I just gave them a bazillion dollar idea. Like that's
Hire me.
Like, I don't know, like why they don't do shit like that. Like it's literally like,
especially Nintendo. I think even over like, well, Xbox is dead altogether, and like even Sony. Like
Nintendo sucks at multiplayer.
I think they're still better than the other ones, to be honest. Because like, what I love PlayStation. It's like the main thing that I use other than PC. But like, what's crazy like multiplayer on PS5 right now? You know.
Well, I'm talking like they have like online games at least. Like, pretty much every online game. Like, that's multiplayer.
In my head, I'm thinking the couch co-op. Never mind.
I mean,
that's a little different.
I'm kind of grouping those together. Just multiplayer in general.
Yeah.
Like I mean, couch co-op. Even that has been kind of Nintendo's specialty, but I think they've been dropping the ball on it a lot. I
don't think anyone's been putting out like super heater couch co-op games recently. I mean, my favorite's still just fighting games, but that's just its own like alley. That's not like the most traditional.
You know what I think got slept on for a couch co-op game is you can play Pikmin 3 Deluxe the entire game.
I've never played a Pikmin game still. There was a time where Evan was mad addicted.
Say, Evan, like that shit, it's a sleeper title. It's so good.
It was funny because like it was when I was living with him, and he would just be on his GameCube like sitting like really up close to his TV.
You have to be locked in those games. Like you actually have to be so locked in. Cause like if
that sounds so funny to me,
you slip up
once,
like
little
your entire team explodes and dies right before your eyes, and then you have 1 PTSD and trauma, and 2 you have to restart the entire thing. Not the entire thing, but the floor. But
number 1, you have PTSD and trauma.
They just scream, and then
they're little souls. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I did see Evan play it for a second. I do want to play it.
Pikmin 2 is brutal, but it's like it's like a grueling, like satisfying type of brutal. Like it's like a gauntlet, but like
it's always game 2, Dark Souls 2, Zelda 2, Pikmin
the
2.
2 games, man. I'm telling you, the sequel games are crazy. They just do crazy shit.
They're feeling experimental, but like they don't want to get like sometimes it's sometimes it's cheeky.
I know we're kind of talking about Nintendo a lot. Like I don't know if that's like a topic you really care about all that much. But
I love Nintendo games. I haven't been on my Switch recently, but I do love Nintendo games.
Yeah. What is your favorite 3D Mario game?
I played a lot of Odyssey. I'm not gonna lie. I think I need to go back into the other classics more. I've played a little bit of 64. I haven't played Sunshine. Honestly, there's a lot of classic games I have not played.
I'm not gonna lie, Sunshine's my favorite. Sunshine's so fucking good.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about Sunshine.
Sunshine's really good until you get to like the very last stage, and then it's just kind of like there's like one level that just fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And then there's always just like a few levels that just fucking suck, but the rest of the game is just so fucking good.
It's like the water levels in the 2D Mario game, you just got to get through it. Which I actually thought the water level in Odyssey was awesome.
Yeah, they weren't bad. They were just kind of short, I'd say.
Yeah, but I'd rather have I'm okay with a shorter level for something that like could get really repetitive and tiring.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I didn't really have any issues with like Odyssey's levels all that much. I just like some of them could have been a little more like New Donk City. Like that one seemed like there could have been more to it.
I agree, but I also love New Donk City.
New Donk City's goated.
It's
like,
so fun.
I'm not hating on it, but like
I think that's my second favorite after The Forest.
It just kind of like the way they kind of showed it and played it up in the trailers and stuff like that made it seem like it was gonna be a fucking massive city level, and then it's just like
it is
one main street
small.
And then a few branches. Like I don't know. Like,
I mean, because there is a lot to do when you're in the city, but it is a little small.
Yeah.
That part though, when you like get to do the band and it like does the like here we go.
That shit goes so hard.
That shit was stuck in my head for a while, man. That was a banger.
That shit made me cream my jeans. Pauline was baddie.
Baddie. Stab me. Choke me out.
What is
stab me?
I don't get this new stab thing. I don't get.
I need her to hurt me, man. Anyways, yeah, dude. I also did like a small amount of speed running for Odyssey. That shit, only like for like the certain like mini races, not full game.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I got in the like first like couple thousands for one of them. Which when you're out of like a lot of when you're out of a lot of millions,
I know how that be. It's so impressive.
I was pretty happy about it. Obviously, I wasn't like number one or anything, and they were still ahead by a good margin. But I was like, oh, look at me, wow. you know.
I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be like trying to get it on drop or anything or like anytime soon. But the main thing that I just want from the Switch 2 is to play my Switch 1 games, but at like a little better frame rate.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I couldn't play some of my games just because like sometimes 10, 15 frames is like just unplayable. It bugs me. I'm not gonna lie. I know some people are like able to get through it. I don't mind like low resolution or anything, but frame rate kills me.
I couldn't do Dark Souls Remastered.
I played all the Dark Souls Remastered on Switch. That's the only platform I had it on.
I was getting through it for a while, and then I got to Nito, and then I just couldn't do the skeletons. He just kept spawning more skeletons, and it kept dropping the frame rate so low that it just I just couldn't do it.
Yep. I don't think I experienced too many issues, but I did end up finding a Dark Souls Remastered pretty cheap on the PS4 copy, so I'm gonna play it on my PS5.
Oh, it's so good I have it. I played it on PlayStation. It plays so smooth. It looks beautiful. Like it's very satisfying. I really like that game. I have this tendency in every Souls game, honestly, to just somehow unintentionally pick the worst fucking class I could start with, because I usually go Dex Faith.
Oh. Dex Faith is I'm purebred, baby. My first run through, I always just do only strength.
Well, the worst part about it is I barely even like focus in Faith either, because like I only start. The only reason I care about Faith
just a Dex player.
I just like clerics. Like I always start with a cleric in the beginning of the game, so I'm like, oh fuck cleric, and then I just go rest of the way to the Dex build, because I always usually use like a rapier S stock.
I usually just like buff it with lightning or something.
Yeah, when I played Demon's Souls, I found myself using S stock all the way to the end game, and
I mean, I love that you can use the starter weapons, like early on weapons for just like a full end game.
Yeah, for sure. But once I played Dark Souls 1 and used strength, like getting the Zweihander, it's so fucking easy.
It's so fun.
It's so satisfyingly fun. Absolutely.
It is so fun.
But you just like press the button.
I think it changes a little bit on bosses, but depending. Sometimes
you gotta use your brain. You go into a boss room and you got done just wiping out a bunch of enemies, and you're like, oh shit, I actually have to think. I have to use my brain. I have to dodge.
Sometimes I'd never play with shields. And so like I always am just trying to roll through stuff. And if a boss is like really, really fast, like some of the DLC bosses in Elden Ring, you gotta lock in on them rolls, man. Did you play the DLC on Elden Ring?
I beat the Lion Dancer, but then I didn't really play beyond that. I kind of stopped. I don't know.
It wasn't kind of. It's not my favorite. I know that's like kind of half controversial. Obviously, you might be in the same boat, but some of them bosses are fast, man. Yeah. They don't let me I'll need my pussy to breathe. I
don't think it was bad.
It wasn't bad. I don't know.
It just didn't really grab me all that much.
Yeah. It didn't yank me.
Like I feel like if you look back at like all previous FromSoft DLCs, like I feel like all of them feel really unique in their settings. Yeah. Like if you look at Dark Souls 3, the painted world.
Cinema.
Like that all like felt like it was its own section, and it all felt like it's felt in the same it belonged in the same DLC.
Yes.
Whereas
Ring City was awesome too.
No, Ring City was awesome.
I mean, Dark Souls 3 is my favorite Souls game.
That had really great DLC all around. But like it felt like the DLC knew what it wanted to be, and it stuck to that. Whereas with Elden Ring, it seemed like the DLC was kind of like it didn't really have a defined theme to it, other than just being kind of dark.
Yeah, it was just like, the shadow
Twilight
version.
Yes, Twilight.
It did look cool. The tree did look cool.
Yeah, it looked really cool. It was awesome, but it just it was like this, like it's either usually in the DLC there's like a big snowy one or a big lava one or like there's one theme, and I don't know that one really had one.
I will say the DLC was like very vast, where you did get some variety like once you got into different sections.
Okay.
There was it is a big DLC.
Yeah, I could just be running my fucking mouth like a goddamn idiot right now because I haven't fucking.
Well, I partly agree with you, but there is there's like a full like red fields area, blue fields area. You got like this like autumn looking red forest.
Yeah.
But I guess like mountaintops and stuff. There is a lot, but I It did not catch me as much as the other DLCs because like Dark Souls 1 DLC also slaps.
How they didn't do the seamless multiplayer for like catacombs and caves and shit like on base game. Like I genuinely was surprised. I remember the first time I booted up the game and started doing multiplayer with Zion, and I was expecting to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like that I just didn't see why you couldn't. Like it just didn't make sense to me.
I mean, I don't play too much multiplayer in Souls games, but I've always thought the implementation for like all of them has been kind of like just strange. Like it is some of the weirdest way of connecting with other people possible.
But it just like for some reason works. Like it just
I mean,
works.
I'm not against it.
Okay, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it just fucking like I'm sitting there for 30 minutes trying to figure out if the password is right and like we got the same settings. That shit sometimes sucks, but
more than anything, I used to just do PvP in Dark Souls 3.
My god, I used to know everything. I used to know all the true combos, all the fucking weapon shit. Oh my god, I knew way too much shit about that, and now I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
it's fun. I think that's my opinion. I think that strength is sometimes easier in PvE, but I think Dex is way easier in PvP.
Yeah,
I think that like because I remember they got rid of it, but do you remember the small dancing blades, the ones that just kept having you go like because they're like as soon as you got hit by that once, it was just an infinite lock, and it was so boring in PvP, man. I'd be playing my big strength guy, and someone would just be like, huh, and I'd start sobbing violently behind the camera, but whatever.
Yeah, no, the PvP in all the Souls games, like Dark Souls 1 PvP is fucking awful.
Dude.
That is awful. They're just circling around each other until one of you gets the backstab.
I've been backstabbed when I'm literally facing them.
It is awful. Dark Souls 2 was rough, but it was kind of like... No, it was rough. It was rough.
I still haven't played Dark Souls 2 yet. I actually heard that the PvP was pretty good for it, but I mean, I'd have to get my own opinion.
I liked the arenas, and I liked kind of like how it was structured, but like just the combat in Dark Souls 2 is just really interesting. Like
it is. I've heard that it's very different from everything else.
It's fun though.
Yeah,
it was fun. The few times I did play it, I had a little fun.
I mean, I've heard so many mixed things. I just gotta play it for myself.
It's not for everyone, but it is really fun, in my opinion.
I want to just try and go like as open-minded as possible, because like when you hear so many things about a game before you play it, I don't know. It can get a little funky.
The DLC is probably some of the best. Like it rivals Dark Souls 3's. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn. I know Kyle just got through playing the Bloodborne DLC, and he was saying that the bosses were actually like kind of easy. And I personally,
the one where Orphan of Kos is in?
Yeah, he said that it wasn't that bad. And so I'm we just hear Zion like way in the back just going, Kos, bro. Which I mean, I personally think that Bloodborne is by far the easiest Souls game, like for me.
I couldn't really stick to that one.
So I mean, I was hoping that the DLC would like kick my ass. But I still need to play that. Yeah, it gets a little convoluted for a second. I stuck with it, but I mean, I could see it just being like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and honestly, like, I'm a big sucker for the medieval fantasy.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my main thing.
I do love. I love the setting in Bloodborne, but like the high fantasy Dark Souls, honestly, Dark Souls still is above Elden Ring for me. Like, just pure classic Dark Souls just really slaps. 3 will always be my favorite.
I hate to say it, but I think I like the more linear
me too.
Style a little bit more. Like, it's not completely linear, but, like, you can do different paths. Honestly, Dark Souls 1 did it really well. How you can do the up path.
Dark Souls 1's the GOAT. And in terms of mapping, it's not even close.
Amazing mapping, except how you couldn't teleport until, like, way further, like, halfway into the game, and then you could only do certain ones.
I didn't mind that. I don't know. Personally, it didn't
replay it.
I've played the new Dark Souls 1, I think, 3 times.
How do you not mind it? I
don't know.
Mind it. Well, it's so rough.
Oh, I don't know.
It's painful. I ran through the dark root forest way too many times to.
Yeah, but it's so cool there. I'm just like looking around, doing my dance, twerking.
It is pretty chill there, I ain't gonna lie. I would love to smoke there.
Yeah. That's right behind the illusionary wall next to the bonfire. Dude, we could just be sitting there like along the cliff. What time we got?
31 minutes.
31. Yeah, we can wrap up soon. But I was just gonna say, I'll do my last point on the linear thing. Is I think the fact that like your progression is so tied to your level, not having like a clear direction in terms of like what level you should be for certain areas. There's like subtle signs it gives you in Elden Ring, but I'm so stubborn in these games where I'm just like, oh, get good, that it doesn't like fully work.
Yeah.
It's got like a general thing, but like when I first played Elden Ring, I didn't go to the south first, where it's like supposed to be the beginner
neither
area.
did I. I went to fucking Caelid first.
Yeah, I did Caelid first, and I also
I got my shit rocked
like got
over
into
there.
the castle, and I was like,
Yeah.
It like kicked my ass for a second for sure. But
Oh my gosh, it took me a little bit to kind of like understand Elden Ring and like figure out where I was going. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit of an admission. You know how like on the map the little like gold trail like points? I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's just like general guidance.
Really? Because
Yeah.
it seems like they're just pointing in random directions. Even when I've beaten the
It's
game.
a little bit. It gives you like a main story, progression, like to the
Okay.
next like, what's the
General area.
remembrance bosses? It gives you like a direction to the next one.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Oh.
that was interesting.
I mean, I do love linear games though. Like Resident Evil 4 is linear as fuck.
Yeah.
But I think linear games are like a lot more concise in like what the experience is trying to give you.
Zelda.
Yeah, that too. Not Breath of the Wild, but I still love Breath of the Wild.
I mean, they're great for what they were, but I missed the old Zelda.
I'm ready for anything that they throw at me, but I would love
Yeah.
a good another dungeon one.
Yeah, I would take another like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild game, but I would prefer a classic one.
Yeah, I think they probably will.
That
Oh.
isn't a remake, obviously, but
Well, I think this next one will be a
beggars
remake,
can't
but
be
yeah.
choosers.
Well, we got the sign from the boss that we got to wrap it up soon. Don't forget to wrap your thing up.
Yep.
Stay safe.
The collars are going back on.
Well, this has been
Juicy
Running on Empty Food Review.
Food review.
Thanks for watching.
Evan's kind of juiced up right now. I'm a little.
I'm distracted. Don't comment. Do not subscribe. Don't like the video. Don't touch your mom. That one's serious. That's weird. And thank you so much for watching. And as always,
Sweet goodness.